Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am joined as usual by Mr. Josh Crash Davis. And we have a new face with us tonight, a very special guest we're real excited to have with us. It's Mr. Rick Rosen from Boom Fantasy, also Boom DFS. We call them both here because they're so phenomenal. But I do want to say this, Rick, as I have you come aboard here. Welcome to DFS Coach Talk.
Coach, Crash, Boom. It's almost like a buddy detective thing we got going on, right? I love it. Thank you so much for the time, gentlemen. It's great to be on.
Great to have you. And I'm going to hit you live up on the air. First thing, right off the bat, I got to get one of those hoodies.
Oh, this is an archive hoodie. You can't. This isn't even this. We've gone several brand changes. You know, a startup, you're always trying to perfect your image. You can't even get the. Nobody can get these. This is a deep cut. This is a deep cut, but it is hoodie season, and we'll have some promotional stuff out soon enough. But the logo for the current product is 50 times better. Nothing wrong with this one, but I love our current logo. I'm just doing a throwback to Boom's storied history as a DFS technology company.
Tell us a little bit about that. So tell us about Boom. Where did it start? How long has it been around?
Yeah, so Boom launched just over 6 years ago as a DFS product, but the original app was much different from what we're doing now. It was a lot of 4-player, choose who's going to have the most stats out of this stat. So very different from traditional DFS and very unique in novelty, and survived tumultuous legal waters of the DFS era. As you know, there were big winners. There were a lot of losers in that era of upstart DFS, and Boom rose with the tide, and that moved into the free-to-play space. We make NBC Sports Predictor, which is the official game of Sunday Night Football. You may have seen Matthew Berry hawking Sunday Night 7. We make that. We've worked with several other big free-to-play partners, and now we're back in the, as they say, the B2C space. That we're a public-facing product, our return to DFS, and we're doing it more traditionally with prop parlays, but it's just the beginning. We got a lot planned for this app, and it's been out for just over 6 weeks. We're super proud of the product. Big shout out to all the hardworking men and women that worked on Boom Fantasy, and we're really excited. And the people that are using it are really excited, and we want more people to use it. So that's kind of what I'm doing here.
Absolutely. Well, we're ecstatic to be part of what you've got going on. I know I've been chatting with you guys for about 6 months in preparation for this, and we did some podcast prior, just leading up to NFL. So we've been building up this for this for a long time, and our listeners know I'm extremely picky with who we do business with, and you guys are really the best in the business. I'm ecstatic to be involved from day one, and I know you guys are just going to blow up, and we're just excited. We're going to be posting, our Boom plays of the day every day for NFL, for the when there's games for NFL. Then we're going to transition to the NBA, which, as you can see behind me, Rick knows as well. I'm a basketball guy at heart, so we'll put up 2 solid Boom plays every day and get those out there to everybody. And if you want to join now, this is the time to do it. We have a link attached right here if you're watching on YouTube. We also have it on Twitter if you're watching us live there. Or you can go to our website, dfscoachtalk.com. We also have that attached there. So I love it. I'm in Pennsylvania right now, so I can't play it, but I love it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that too, so that our members know, because we have them all over the country, and actually we have some all over the world, some Australia, France, Canada. But as far as the states go, Rick, tell us a little bit about the group of states that can do it and what's in the future for Boom.
Yeah, so currently playable in 26 states. The regulation process, that's a big waste of your airtime talking about that. Live in 26 states right now. And the beauty of Pennsylvania, Coach, is that you can place legal bets on sports.
Right.
But my good friends in Florida, California, and Texas, they're currently locked out of legal sports wagering. And I think they'd like to participate, especially when you got a banger like Broncos Colts on a Thursday night. So
Yeah,
having access to player props sweetens the pot, and that's what we're doing with Boom DFS. It's their player props, over unders and matchups. You're stringing together multiple selections to up to 20x or even 40x your entry
40x.
with long shots, which is unheard of. Nobody's doing 40x
No.
your entry across this industry. So I really love to reach out to your viewers in Florida, California, and Texas who don't have access to traditional sports betting and talk to them about how great of a product it is. And ultimately, in the future, will we have more states? Absolutely. Will we have free-to-play experiences? Absolutely. You're going to be stunned by what we have cooking in the lab. I just can't. I'm legally not allowed to talk about anything, mostly because I know somebody's watching with pen and pencil and pen and paper. I don't want to get the cats out of the bag. They're good ideas. I'm not here to give them the coach crash. You know what I mean? So just strap in because we got great stuff coming. But most importantly, we'll have basketball props day one, no doubt. So we'll be in for NBA season. We're actually going to go ahead and start with college football this weekend. So 6-7 weeks, we've already added our first new section of the app. So we're absolutely cooking with gas, and we're super excited to have you on board, and we're excited to have you, the viewer, on board. And you might have buried the lead here a bit, Coach, because right now there's a 100% deposit match. You $100 free on the table in the Boom app. And I'll break some news. I don't know if that offer is going to last forever. You know what I mean? Because people taking $100 from us left and right, and I want the users to do that because I think they're going to have a great time on the app. But I wouldn't wait around thinking that's going to last forever.
Absolutely. Click on that link. Like I said, it's attached everywhere where we are at DFS Coach Talk, and take advantage of that free 100. I mean, get it and go with it. I mean, it's a fantastic product. I'm going to do one better real quick here, Rick. Here are the states you can play, because I want our members to know what's going on. Because if you're in one of these states, I want you to click on it and give it a try. You ready?
Hit the Animaniacs music.
Exactly. We need the music background. All right, here we go.
No. Hit me.
Alaska, Arkansas, California, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. And it's going to get better as we go. We know that that's coming, but there's some of those states, like Rick mentioned, you can't play any wagers. Now, at least I can do that in PA. But if you're looking to wager, get that extra juice going on these games, Boom's the place to go. So you'll hear us mentioning Boom Fantasy, Boom DFS all the time. It's the same thing, and we are very proud to be part of it. So I want to say real quick before we scoot on down the road and start breaking down this game, I just want to say that I'm really proud of the relationships that we built here at Coach Talk. And Boom Fantasy, I'm telling you right now, get in on the front edge, take advantage of this $100 free play. And this is the time to play it, because it's going to grow. There's going to be a lot more opportunities, and we're going to keep track of that NBA 2-gamer every day. And Rick, we're coming after it, man. We're going to try to put 2 winners up there every day for our people. So are you cool with that?
Absolutely. I want the sharpest people to test our operations team. You know what I mean? We want the smoke. We want the smoke, especially with NBA. Bring it, Coach. Bring me your best.
Excellent. Crash, did you have any questions or anything for Rick?
I just wanted to point out a couple of questions we had from our viewers. When is Boom coming to New Jersey? I don't know if you can answer these questions or not, but
I can.
Okay. And then the one is, can you play Boom?
It's a paperwork process. You can send everything in and then not hear back forever. My biggest priority right now, Crash, is just getting on Android. And so if you have any friends that work at the Google Play Store, I'd love to talk to you after the live stream. But honestly, it's like I love the great people of New Jersey. I'm coming to you live from Jersey City, New Jersey. And and yet my priority right now is simply making sure we can get on every mobile device. And that'll be incoming very shortly. But the states are going to grow. The states are going to grow.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so I wanted to go ahead and give out a Boom fantasy play before you go.
Yeah.
And that is going to be the over on the receiving yards for Nyheim Hines at 28.5 and the over for Cortland Sutton at 65.5 receiving yards. I like the over on both of those. I think the Broncos win this game. I think they have the lead, so I think that Hines will be involved in the passing game. And Sutton leads the team in targets. He's got 35 targets versus 21 for Jeudy. A lot of people thought Jeudy was going to be the leading receiver for the Broncos this year, but Sutton has definitely taken over that role, and I expect that to continue. So I like the over on both of those.
What do you think, Rick?
I'm legally not allowed to say what I think. But,
that's right.
But I tell you what, I got Bradley Chubb in one of my big money leagues that has IDPs in it. So I can give an endorsement of a guy that's got no props on the board. I hope Bradley Chubb has a fumble scoop 6 tonight. I know my fantasy team, the NFT Racehorse Gang, would have a great time with that.
I love it.
I just said that on your show.
I will say this too, by the way, we're going to put our Boom Fantasy picks, 2 of them up on Twitter for everybody each day. But for our members, another great part of being part of DFS Coach Talk, Crash and I, or Steve and I, whoever the other pro is that day, we're going to put 2 extra picks up for our members only to play on Boom Fantasy. So,
all right. Since you're hitting up the picks every day, why don't I give a challenge for you 2 guys?
Sure.
Okay.
If 25 of your viewers use your link and deposit on Boom Fantasy, I'll come on here and give away a signed NFL jersey from Prestige Auctions on the show next Thursday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
How's that sound?
We heard
Sounds
it,
awesome.
Everybody. Give it a
Deal's
try.
a deal?
Get in there. That's a deal.
I got the numbers. I got the jerseys. I want to see it. I want to see you guys in the lobby. I want to see some winners.
Okay.
All right. So the challenge is out. Free jersey giveaway next Thursday. Let's get 25 folks in there. If you haven't joined yet, this is the time to do it. The link is connected right here on Twitter and on YouTube. All right, Rick, thank you so much, man. And thank you for that offer. That is awesome. Hopefully next Thursday we'll be back to give that sucker away.
Yeah. Let's pound the table for Boom and have a great Thursday night, guys.
Sounds Fantastic. Good. You too. Thanks
for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Take care. And look at that.
Look at that.
How's it going? That was pretty awesome.
Just like that, man. Fantastic. So anyway, free jersey giveaway, signed jersey. We got to get 25 folks in there to try it out. We don't want to give an opportunity away here. So let's give it a shot. Yeah. All right, Steven, how are you, friend?
Good, man. Good. Got home a little bit early today and I'm feeling good. I can't wait for tonight is in my year-long fantasy. I'm playing my wife tonight.
Oh, so, no.
Yep. So this starts off the weekend and pretty exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, I played my wife last week in our fantasy league and she beat me. So she just always has the guys that are going off. I don't even remember all who she had. I think she had TJ Hawkinson and
of course. Why wouldn't she?
Right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it. I want to say hello real quickly to the members that are in here. Back in his chair of first in, Mr. Rodney Pollard takes the mantle back. The Prince is in with us. We've got Squatch Happens and Todd Lives for Sundays, not live, like I said, forever. Lanny Job and his ham sandwich is in there. Let's see, Darius Rucker, little my favorite band of all times, Hootie and the Blowfish. JT, Thai Football. I like that. Niles Simmons. Who else is in here with us? Payne Blank SM, as known as Dead Presidents in our neck of the woods. MB, welcome. Randy Rubach is back. And King of Smack. So I think that's everybody. If I missed somebody, I apologize. But great to have you with us today. We're going to give away not only a set of the $3 tickets for DraftKings, we're going to give away a $20 DraftKings Millie Maker ticket for the real big bucks tonight. But the challenge is out there. So let's spread the word. Let's get, what did he say? 25. We need 25
viewers to sign up and make a deposit. Yeah.
And and then he'd come on Thursday and give away a signed jersey. Yep. So that would be a terrific thing if we could do it. So the challenge is out there. Make it happen. You got to click on the link, though, attached either on our website, right here on YouTube, or on Twitter. All right. As you can tell, I'm feeling much better. The voice is back. Yeah, I am ready. I survived the craziness of this week and got healthy and ready to go. So getting fired up. We have 10 days till the NBA. So if you want to join for the NBA package, that Luka Doncic package is still available. We're going to go ahead and throw that up onto the screen. So it's now on the scroll. You could sign up for that as well. Want to get all of our NBA folks in. I'm starting to mess around, guys, with a few NBA preseason contests. So I may be posting a bonus one coming up in the next few days as these NBA teams are all getting into action. Yeah. But everybody is joined in today here for our breakdown of Thursday night football. It's an interesting game. We posted in Discord all of the player projections for today, all of the ownership projections. So I will set the table for the game and then let you guys do all the work. 8:15 p.m. Eastern kickoff, Indianapolis at Denver. The Colts 1-2-1, strange record. Sounds like a defense, zone defense that I'd play. Broncos are 2-2. The nice part, no weather issues at all. Beautiful night, 73 degrees, no wind, perfect conditions. Denver's favored by 3. They're minus 180 on the money line, and the over-under is 42. So let's start out breaking this sucker down, and let's go by position. And let's talk, first of all, about the quarterbacks. Steven, what do you think about the QBs tonight? What are you looking at?
Well, they're going up against pretty solid defenses against the pass, so or against the receivers. So I think it's going to be a real defensive battle. I think the quarterbacks are going to struggle. I think there's going to be a lot of pass attempts. I think they're going to try to throw in a lot, but I don't really see. I see a lot of defensive happening in this game, and I'm not fading the quarterbacks. But that's kind of how I see it going. I see Matt Ryan actually doing more pass attempts than he normally does in a game with Jonathan Taylor being out, and I think Nyheim Hines is going to benefit from that. Also, I think I think that Alec Pierce will benefit from that too. But anyways, as far as the quarterbacks go, not a huge fan on them, but yeah.
And are you leading Ryan over Wilson right now?
I am leading Ryan over Wilson. I just think Matt Ryan's playing a little bit better. Like I said before, I think Russell Wilson, I'm fading him this week. And and that's kind of where I'm at tonight.
All right. Crash, how about your take?
Well, just looking at it from an ownership perspective, last I checked, Russell Wilson was the highest projected owned player. So I can see from that standpoint why Steve would want to fade him. I kind of agree, though, that this is going to be a defensive game. I like the running backs more than the quarterbacks, but I do have Russell Wilson in like single entry cash type formats. But I'm not crazy about either quarterback. But if I had to choose, I would lean with Wilson over Ryan.
Okay. So it is a tough call. It is a tough call. The question is, can you put both in there? But we'll get to that. So you had mentioned as far as let's take a look at ownership real quick, because you did mention that old Russ is number 1 projected, and he is right now on DraftKings. He is 64% owned. So Chalk City for sure. Right. Cortland Sutton is second at 58. and Matt Ryan third at 52, with Hines right behind him, Pittman at 50, Gordon at 47, Judy at 45, and then it drops off quite a bit. So that's your base group. On FanDuel, 68% Wilson, 50% Ryan, 45 Sutton, 44.8 Gordon, so right behind him. A couple of tenths behind him is Hines, and then it drops off 10% down to Judy and Pittman. So it's the same base group, but a little bit different order after the quarterback. So let's transition over to the running back position. And Crash, why don't you attack that first?
Yeah, I definitely have Melvin Gordon higher than Nyheim Hines. I think he's the top overall back for sure. Mike Boone is not going to play, so it should be pretty much just Melvin Gordon. And I think that he has a higher ceiling. Hines is more of a receiving back. So if we're looking at on DraftKings and Yahoo, I like him there more. But on FanDuel, where you only get half a point per reception, I definitely lean with Gordon. So you could also look at Phillip Lindsay as a value play. He's only 200 on DraftKings, so he'll probably be super high owned over there, I would think, in GPPs. But it's a revenge game for him too, going back to Denver. So I think you could play him as well. But my favorite is Gordon, and then right behind him is Nyheim Hines, which is pretty much right in line with what the ownership shows us right now.
Steven?
I'm going to go a little bit different.
Okay.
I'm fading Melvin Gordon. Mike Boone is playing tonight. Latavius Murray just got
that's who. Yeah, I got that missed.
Traded from New Orleans, and he is inactive tonight.
I got that mixed
I
up.
actually like Boone in a lineup. However, I rather just pretty much stick to the Colts, and I would take both their guys. I would take Nyheim Hines and Dion Jackson. I think Dion Jackson will actually get into the end zone tonight. Whenever Jonathan Taylor is out, usually in the Colts system, they have another running back that takes that. Last year, I think it was Jordan Wilkins, or that might have been the year before. He'd come in and take 22 carries, where Nyheim Hines just can't handle that workload. So I personally think I would go with Dion Jackson and Nyheim Hines and fade Melvin Gordon, and potentially in a GPP take Boone.
Okay. Yeah, I had that mixed up. I was thinking of Murray, but I said Boone. But yeah, you're right. Murray is not playing, but Boone is. Yeah.
Okay. Got that. Got it. And I apologize if I missed any questions in chat, because I was, wanting to give Mr. Rosen there some attention to make sure we got that information out from Boom. Let's just take a quick glance real quick, guys. Let's see. Darius Rucker says Lindsay the clear number 2 running back today. What do you guys think about that?
I'm going to disagree with that.
Okay.
He just got elevated. Jackson has been part of the active roster the entire time. Last year, Dion Jackson, when he got in the game, he got a couple carries, scored a touchdown. Every time he's been in, gets a couple carries, scores a touchdown. I think they really like him, and I think he's going to get the carries. And he's a bigger guy. He's the bigger of all the backs. He's 6 feet, weighs 218, big guy. So I think they can put some weight on his shoulders tonight.
Okay. Let's see. King of Smack says Wilson will get rushing yards. He likes him tonight, Crash.
Yeah, I like Russell Wilson too. He's the highest projected owned player for a reason. I think that he has a better matchup as far as going up against the defense. I think the Broncos defense is one of the toughest this year against quarterbacks, and definitely the toughest against wide receivers. So I like Wilson, tonight more than Ryan. Okay.
Oh, we're getting these doggone bots. We're hot commodity when we get these dang bots popping in here.
Right.
So they're definitely
this
trying
is a different one. This isn't the one.
Yeah,
bot.
it's not a second one.
Games live or whatever.
Yeah, it's at least a football one, I guess.
Right.
If you look at it that way.
Yeah.
David Dulac has in there Mo Alley Cox. Just that statement alone.
Mhm.
Not sure what that means, but we're going to touch
do.
on that as
Yeah.
we go over it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that. All right. So Darius says Jackson over Lindsay then. Is that the case?
That's
Jackson
what
over
Steve
Lindsay?
is saying, I think.
Yeah, that's what I think. I like Jackson
Okay.
over Lindsay. Lindsay's Nyheim Hines' role, so I think
Right.
Nyheim Hines is going to keep that role, and I think just in case, maybe Lindsay will be out there returning kicks. I don't know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's kind of where I see it.
And
Yeah.
David's guaranteeing a touchdown
By
from Mr.
Jackson.
Alley Cox. Yeah.
Oh, Mo Alley Cox. Okay.
Yeah. How about David getting gutsy out there? I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up, fella? Hey, if you're not if you haven't made a comment yet in chat, do it right now because I'm about to give away a set of the 2 $3 Millie Maker tickets. And then we're going to give away a little bit later the $20 ticket. Somebody needs to win this dag blasted thing. We haven't had even a super high casher yet. So I'm getting ticked off. We got to get it done here, guys and gals. All right. I'm going to click the button here for the 2 tickets as soon as I call your name. So you don't forget, go to Twitter, DM us at DFS Coach Talk with your PayPal email, and Kapowie, it will show up, and then you're going to win it. The winner of the 2 tickets is Squatch Happens. So winner happens for Mr. Squatch. He is the double ticket, $3 double ticket winner tonight. Congratulations, Squatch. And you're still in the contest even for the $20 ticket. If you're in the live chat, the randomizer could pick you over and over. Like you've seen it on a roulette wheel, the same number can come out multiple times in a row. We've all seen it happen. All right. We move to wide receiver. And Steven, you have the ball. What do you got?
All right. Well, we'll start with the Colts. Sure, ownership. Pittman is #1 ownership for the Colts. I'm actually going to fade Pittman tonight. I think he's going to be covered by Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain is a great cornerback. Even though Devontae Adams had a bunch of catches last week, he only averaged about 6 yards a catch.
Yeah.
He's a guy that doesn't really need help over the top. So I'm fading Pittman tonight. Guy I'm looking at is Alec Pierce.
Wow.
Alec Pierce is big guy. He's like 6'3", 215, 220, really fast, came out of Cincinnati, and he catches balls, deep balls. So he likes those 50-50 balls, and I think Matt Ryan will try to stretch the field with him, and I think he'll have a couple big plays tonight. So I like Alec Pierce for the Colts.
That is an awesome call, man. And you know what? He's half price of Pittman. Just so you know, Pittman's 10.6, Pierce is 5.4, so almost half price. And just to give a few things out too, it is a gutsy call because right now the projections for fantasy points in this game for Pittman are 14.16, Pierce 5.44. So I love the call. Yeah. It's gutsy. That's how you take stuff down.
They had the same amount of targets last week. They both had 6 targets last week, and Alec Pierce didn't play week 2, played week 3. His targets have been progressing. I mean, I like him. I think it's a good situation, and he's been a starter since training camp. So,
you took the words out of my mouth. My favorite stat to look at, and I've said this every week, for wide receivers is targets. Yeah. That is so key. You can't. That's different than any other sport. You can't contribute unless you're targeted and have a chance to get the ball. And so I think that's a great call. I'm going to give you real quickly the projected fantasy points for those that don't have access to it and aren't a member, just to give you a feel of what the projections are right now for fantasy points scored for the players in this game. Give you the top 10. Russell Wilson 17.5, Sutton 15, Ryan 14, Pittman 14, Hines 13.5, Gordon 13, Judy 12, and then McManus, Lindsay, and the Broncos defense are 8. That's on DraftKings. So just to give people a feel for that. And then I want to retouch on the ownership a little bit, because I love these kind of calls when we start talking about, what's the ownership and, where are these guys coming in? Because that's where, you have to differentiate somewhere. Right now, Pittman's ownership is 50.1 projected on DraftKings, which is pretty wild. And Alec Pierce is 15.3. So, again, we don't come on here and throw chalk in your face. You could just look at anything and see that. We're going to give you some plays that can make a difference and hopefully get you that ticket that you wouldn't get elsewhere. All right, Crash, anything else wide receiver, Steven?
Yeah, as far as the Colts go, I kind of like Ashton Doolin. He's got probably a half a dozen catches in him. Probably not going to score that touchdown just because when, he's not one of those 50-50 guys. He's that small interior receiver that catches slants and so on and so forth. So once they get in the red zone, he doesn't usually get targeted. But I do like him as far as a guy that that can get points. But as far as the Colts go, yeah, I'm done with them. But so with the Broncos, I like Courtland Sutton. I think the value's there. I think he's Russell Wilson's number one guy.
Oh, no doubt.
Again, a guy, he can stretch the field, big guy, going to get those 50-50 balls. And Russell Wilson loves throwing it downfield. That's just what
I try not to throw too much in because I want you guys to do it, but I don't think Sutton's fadeable today. He's just, in my opinion, I just think he's just unfadeable. Yeah. But for what it's worth, Michael Dixon wants to know, Steven, is it crazy to fade all the running backs?
I wouldn't fade all the running backs. I would have, like I said before, I'd have Nyheim Hines and Dion Jackson in my lineup. I would fade more of Melvin Gordon. I mean, Melvin Gordon can lose you points. He's fumbled in every game, pretty much. I think he's fumbled in every game. Seems like he's always fumbling.
Yes.
But, so they brought in Latavius Murray. I thought that he was gonna be a part of that action to take that load off of Gordon, but I think it's going to be a pretty 50-50 split. If not, Boone is going to take over that spot.
Wow. Okay. I like that call. And Myron Kidd says Pierce is going to be the next Austin Collie. How about that? There's a comp for you. Yeah. All right, Crash, wide receivers, man, dive into this sucker.
All right. So for Denver, I like Courtland Sutton. And as a sleeper play for the Broncos, I like KJ Hamler. And on the Colts, I also like the same two that Steve said, which would be Ashton Doolin and Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is my favorite wide receiver for the Colts today.
Wow.
Yeah, Surtain is very tough. The Broncos have allowed the fewest fantasy points to wide receivers. So I think that's a very tough matchup for Pittman. And he's kind of been a little boomer bust this year so far. So I could see him having 5 or less fantasy points in this game.
Plus, he got dinged up too early on.
True.
So maybe he could be 100%, but there's a chance he's not. So that's another thing at least to consider. All right, so let's see here. What else did I want to look at here? Oh, real quickly, I wanted to mention that if you're watching right now on YouTube, all we ask, this is a free pod in front of the paywall. We do one every day, and sometimes we do 2 a day, depending on the sports. Thumb up, please. That makes a big difference. That moves us up the algorithm on YouTube, and we really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you done that yet? Hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the little alert in the upper corner. If you hit that alert, and I know a lot of people already have, because when we first come live, everybody gets alerted, and then people shift in here in the first 5 minutes. It happens all the time. So it's a great way. It reminds me, when I'm watching podcasts as well. So hit that alert button. If you're watching live on Twitter, please like and retweet. We appreciate that as well. And check us out, dfscoachtalk.com. You can jump in for, and we say this every Thursday because it was set up initially for football, is it's the 5-day pass for $19. You get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So all the football you can eat. And we give out full lineups on FanDuel and Yahoo, both for single entry and GPP. And then a core 7 on DraftKings, same way. And if you want to try that, you get everything we've got while you're a member. So definitely try it out for sure. All right. We are to the tight end position. And Crash, why don't you let us know if you're going to be rostering either of these tight ends tonight?
Yeah, I actually like both tight ends for the Colts. I think that the Broncos defense is so tough on wide receivers. I think the tight ends are going to get quite a bit of targets. So yeah, Mo Alley Cox would definitely be my favorite tight end in this game overall. And then I like Kylan Granson as a value play for the Colts at tight end. And I don't know how much of Alberto I'm going to get to right now. I don't have him in any of my lineups.
Okay.
But I think I'm probably just going to go with the Colts tight ends and the Broncos wide receivers. That's kind of the build I'm looking at right now.
I like it. And you guys have to raise your game up because Deb's in the chat now.
Uh-oh.
And she's calling you out, Steven. She said, "What do you got? Give me some winners."
I'll try my best. Alberto and Eric Saubert have only gotten at most 2 targets all year long in the game. So I'm fading all this. It's tough because you got rid of such a big playmaker in Javonte Williams, I don't really know how it's going to play out for the Broncos and the offensive scheme.
Right.
He was a part of that offensive scheme. So I'm wondering how the game script's going to play out. And I'm not 100% sure. Maybe the tight ends get more involved with the Broncos, but as far as from here on out, as far as what I've seen, I'm fading both Broncos tight ends. I do like Mo Alley Cox. I am playing him in my year-long league as well tonight.
Nice.
I think he's going to be a big part of the offense. When Jonathan Taylor went down, he was very involved. Last week. So I see that happening again. I think it's a very good play. I think you should try to get him in your lineup tonight.
I like it. And I agree as well. Again, a chalk guy that I think is very well worth the play. All right, we opened up by saying both of you said that the defenses are strong here and it's going to be more of a defensive game than anything else. So do we dial up any of these defenses? Let's take one more look, guys. Let's see both things because this is important. Everybody likes to play their 2 or 3 studs and then they just plug in the rest and don't think much about it. But it's that other stuff that is the winner for you. So projection-wise right now on defense, the Broncos defense is projected for 8 points and the Colts defense for 6 on DraftKings. So interesting. On FanDuel, the Broncos just under 8, Colts just over 6. So about the same. And then as far as ownership goes, the Broncos are 4.6% projected ownership and the Colts only 2. No, I'm sorry. That's for captain. Let me repeat that. Broncos 24% ownership, 5%, almost 5 as the captain spot, which it would be gutsy, and Colts 17% at 2% of the captain. As far as FanDuel, we'll give you that one too. We have the Colts 15% with a 3% MVP spot on FanDuel. And then the Broncos at 24%, guys, with a 6% chance, a 6% MVP projection. So that's pretty healthy. That's why I wanted to go over those. Are you using either one, both, neither? What do you think, Steven?
I like the Broncos defense tonight. It's a home game. I think the defense, the crowd's going to get into it, and that Broncos defense is pretty much kind of what's held them together for the past couple of years. So I see them having a couple turnovers, maybe a pick six, maybe Matt Ryan tries to force the ball into a situation, and but I like the Broncos defense tonight.
Okay, Crash.
Yeah, I was going to make the same call. I'm thinking there's going to be a pick six with Matt Ryan today. So
wow,
I like the Broncos to get in the end zone, and I have the Broncos actually. I'm right neck and neck with Melvin Gordon, probably for my third favorite play on the Broncos team. So it would probably be Wilson, Sutton, and then either the Broncos defense or Melvin Gordon. So yeah, they're way up there for me.
Very nice. I like it. All right. Deb, who was late to the party. Can you believe this, guys? She's part of the Coach Talk team, and she just dials in late and then wants to get filled in on all of the back information. I can't believe it. No, it's okay, Deb. We're all right with it. She wants to know, guys, any love for Boone? We talked about it a little bit. You could re-mention it.
I like Boone tonight. Last week when Williams got hurt, they involved him a lot in the game. He seemed kind of scatterbrained though. He was missing catches, slipping, maybe just, I don't know if it was nerves or just wasn't ready, but he's got to practice all week. He knows the position that he's trying to fill, and he's gonna take, keep control of the ball, unlike Melvin Gordon, fumbles it all the time. So I like Boone tonight.
Very nice. And are you as high on Boone, Crash?
I'm not.
Right.
I remember Mike Boone from the Vikings, and he was always the guy that whenever Dalvin Cook went down, everyone thought he was going to have this breakout game, go pick him up in your fantasy leagues, and he never really panned out. So I don't expect much from Mike Boone. I've never seen much from Mike Boone, and so until I do, maybe tonight's the night that he proves me wrong, I will not be playing him.
I like it. Deb's in here strutting, by the way, because she had Geno Smith. And so everybody's reminding here, Geno Smith, great call.
Yeah.
On
really
the last
pod.
Yeah.
And shout out to Steve, too, for fading Mark Andrews. That was an awesome call.
That was a fantastic call. He was dead chalk, and he did zilch. Absolutely zilch. All right. One thing I want to remind everybody, MLB playoffs start tomorrow. So excited. We have a full month of MLB playoffs, all the way through to the World Series, goes literally for a month. So we're going to be on there. We'll be podcasts every day for the baseball playoffs until the NBA starts. But tomorrow we're on at 10:45 a.m. Eastern. So Steven, we're going to be up super early here for you. That's 7:45 on the West Coast. So, but we have to do it early because noon starts the play. Wow, this NFL Live is beating us to death on the.
They're really wanting us to use their stream.
Yeah, give it a break. But yeah, so 10:45 a.m. we're gonna have the MLB podcast tomorrow. So we'll be doing that the rest of the week for baseball, 10:45. And then Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, of course, is our full breakdown of all the Sunday action with these two gentlemen right here, unless Deb decides to jump on as well, because, she's crushing it now. Plus, she's getting all this love. I think people like Deb better than the three of us, Mo, Larry, and Curly here. So, all right. Should we give away the $20 ticket? Big bucks here for somebody. Brittany Parker, how you doing? So we got Brittany in there now. So she's involved in this selection. Audrey's in there. We got women. The women have spoken tonight.
Looks like she's friends with Deb, Brittany Parker.
Well, I don't know. Is
maybe
she?
I don't know.
Maybe maybe just by Coach Talk. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
All right, it's time to make our selection here. The randomizer is going to be hit for the $20 ticket. DM us on DFS Coach Talk and let us know your PayPal email, and you will get a $20 play free roll for the big bucks. And all we want is a shout out here at Coach Talk to tell us you love us. All right, let's see. The winner is, I think I'm going to sing a song.
Uh-oh.
I only want to be with you. Darius Rucker is our winner.
There you go.
Darius Rucker, not from Hootie and the Blowfish, but you know what? I bet you he can sing. Now that he's won this, I could go through their whole entire album here, but we would lose people so fast it would be scary. So congratulations, Darius. You have that free roll $20 ticket for the DraftKings Millie Maker on Sunday. All right, so last question, and then we'll get down the road so we can catch this game. Also want to make sure, so I don't forget at the end, to thank Rick Rosen from Boom Fantasy. Awesome guy, awesome site, awesome app. They're just going to take over the industry, I'm telling you right now. You can find them at Play Boom Sports or at Boom Fantasy, either one. And click the link. He's put that challenge out there, a free jersey next week, giving away signed jersey. We get 25 people signing up for Boom Fantasy. Sign up by joining the link here on Twitter or YouTube or our website, dfscoachtalk.com. All right. The pressure's on. Last week, it was who was the big fade, and you guys were awesome with that. This week, it's going to be even trickier. I want your best value play that you're going to put in almost all your lineups, if not all of them. So not a top tier, not a fade guy, somebody that's a value play that is going to be a difference maker for you. Crash, you can go first.
Broncos defense.
Broncos defense. Okay, I like it. A man of few words. 2-word answer, Bronco defense.
Yeah.
All right, Steven.
I like Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce. Sticking with it. I like the call, and I think it's a good play. All right, I think that's everything, guys. You have anything else you want to throw into the mix? Did I forget anything?
I just wanted to let everyone know that the minimum deposit for Boom Fantasy is $10, and you can make a play on there once you're in there for as low as $1. So that's not a promo. That's just as far as I know, an all the time thing. So yeah, they have plays as low as $1, which is really nice because you don't always want to throw $5 or $10 or whatever at a play. Sometimes you just want to throw $1 or $2 and see what happens. So yeah.
Ty football's messing with me. I'll sing the whole Hootie and the Blowfish album right here, right now. Don't even test me. What I will say is this. If they will match you dollar for dollar all the way up to 100. So if you just want to throw 10 in, throw 10 in. This way we get to the point where we can get that jersey giveaway next Thursday. Yeah. And they give you a free 10. And, you know, play a few $1 contests, whatever. Check it out. If you're in those 26 states that I read over earlier. Wow, who's my favorite captain? Somebody's asking me a football question? Wow. I'll tell you guys, the reason why I don't share a lot in here because NFL is not my main sport. And I only like to play things that I can dominate. How's that for being a little cocky?
So hey, you had T. Higgins last week, though. So yes. I got to give you some love for that.
Hey, I had to do the emergency fill-in. I made it happen in football. I don't want to test the waters any further. So it was crazy. My favorite captain, you guys want to guess? I think I gave it away earlier. Guess who my favorite captain is today?
Matt Ryan.
No. Crash?
Russell Wilson.
Oh, you guys don't even pay attention to anything I say.
Courtland Sutton.
Courtland Sutton. Yes, Courtland Sutton that's who I would play as my top guy under the gun. So there you go. All right, that is it, my friends. I think we answered the questions. I think we got everything set. Give it a try. Bev says Russ, the last second Russ throw in for Bev. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. We had a nice group tonight. Join us in the morning, 10:45 a.m. for baseball. It's going to be a fantastic baseball playoffs. And then definitely join the three of us again on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Sunday games. We appreciate you guys. We love you. I'm going to go listen to some Hootie and the Blowfish. Yes.
What about the Boom and Prize Picks?
Oh, we don't do Prize Picks anymore.
Oh,
That's
okay.
out the window because we're going Boom all the way.
Mhm.
But you're
Well,
right. I did forget, my friend. And Crash gave out 2 earlier.
Okay.
So Crash, since you gave me some extra picks, why don't we give your other 2?
Okay.
And we'll have Steven go first with his 2 Boom Fantasy. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. So I have as a toss-up, I have Nyheim Hines having 4 catches tonight.
Okay.
So 4 receptions. And as long shots, I have Alec Pierce having over a half a touchdown, or Dion Jackson having over a half a touchdown. So,
and if you're playing these, that's how you win the 40x, by the way, putting those long shots in there. So I love that call. Crash gave 2 out earlier. You want to remind people like Deb that was late and then give the other 2 out?
Yeah, the play I gave out earlier was Nyheim Hines over 28.5 receiving yards and Cortland Sutton over 65.5 receiving yards. Those are both the pick'em toss-up
lock washer.
Yeah. And then my other play is going to be Mo Alley Cox over 19.5 receiving yards. And then Cortland Sutton more receiving yards than Michael Pittman, which is under toss-ups, but it's under the matchup category. So,
okay. And that's the other thing about Boom. You got a lot of different options, and you got that long shot option. It's pretty cool stuff. King of Smacks throwing Pittman in right under the wire just to give it to you guys because we're fading Pittman all over the place. So let's go, King of Smacks, going against the grain here. I like it. All right, my friends, that is it. Thank you for all the well wishes. You got me through a tough week last week. Feeling great now, and want to start off this long extended weekend with some Thursday winners tonight. So enjoy the ball game tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow for baseball, and we'll definitely keep an eye out for our members in Discord for some NBA preseason bonus lineups coming up starting tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys and gals. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you again next week, hopefully to give away a signed jersey from our friends at Play Boom Sports. All right. Have a good one. Catch you tomorrow when we look to crush it in DFS and Boom Fantasy.